Everyone's talking about the ant-sized version of Marvel's teaser for Ant-Man. So, we brought an ant to the set to see if he liked the trip. Oh crap! Meanwhile, we're talking about Deadpool. Welcome to Meanwhile, the show that introduces you to the world of comics and connects it to the shows and games you already know and love. My name's Nathan Fadre. Let's get started. It's Megan's birthday, so look what I got her.
There's no easy way to say this. I'm pregnant, Trevor.
We're doing one of her favorite characters and the #1 request from you guys. That's right, we're doing Deadpool. And we're gonna make the episode without doing any of the stuff that Megan hates. Stuff such as...
Nathan, that's a really long list and we only have 4 minutes.
Right. Deadpool is Wade Wilson, the Merc with a mouth, and one of the Marvel Universe's most badass mercenaries. Wade was a mentally disturbed kid with ADHD living in an abusive home. When his father was accidentally killed, Wade lied and joined the army, where he quickly mastered several forms of martial arts and then promptly quit to become a mercenary, killing anyone for the highest bidder.
Nathan, I think you're talking about Deathstroke.
I know, right? Wade Wilson, Slade Wilson, similar letters. He started out as Marvel's take on Deathstroke.
You mean a ripoff on Deathstroke?
This is the part where the story goes a little crazy. After refusing to kill one of his targets, Wade returns home. Unfortunately, he comes home with terminal cancer. So, when the Weapon X program offers him the chance to join them and be experimented on, he agrees. Weapon X takes the DNA from one of their other experiments, some guy called Wolverine, and infuses it into Wade. Unfortunately, the DNA also bonds with the cancer. While the treatment is a success, giving Wade a healing factor even greater than Wolverine's, it also causes him to essentially become one big walking tumor. Let's just say he ain't too pretty. It also really amps up the crazy. He gets himself retired from the Weapon X program for being too cray-cray and sent to a facility called the hospice, where twisted experiments are performed on the inmates to figure out what went wrong with them, leading the patients to start a Deadpool, betting who will die last. Guess who wins?
Andrew Garfield.
Chris, we said we wouldn't mention Andrew Garfield in this episode just for Megan.
Guys, this is really hard.
Deadpool wins, and that's where he got his name. And thus, Deadpool is turned loose to explore his many obsessions. Ultraviolence, chimichangas, being a hero, not being a hero, B. Arthur, and the Olsen twins. His insanity is one of his strongest assets, making him immune to psychic attacks, and as a fighter, he is completely unpredictable, often not even knowing himself what he's gonna do next. It also makes him aware that he's a comic book character, leading him to reference his own issue numbers and often argue with his own narration boxes. Yes, like you. He spends most of his time alternating between earning money as a mercenary and trying to join the Avengers, or the Heroes for Hire, or even the X-Men, even though he claims not to be a mutant. Essentially, he's the guy that all the other heroes tolerate because he's so good at his job and they don't kill him because he occasionally does the right thing. In between blowing stuff up, that is.
And decapitating people.
Stop it! Piss! Knock it off! Megan hates that stuff. She really doesn't like it. She hates it just as much as she hates birds, meat products, the phrase Back in the 90s, Joe Kelly's run on Deadpool is considered the defining voice of the character, and it's a great place to start for the completist. But if you're new to the character and you want to jump right into the action, then you can't do better than Daniel Way's Deadpool Volume 1. It contains some of the best Deadpool stories that help propel the character to the top of the sales charts, from him betraying humanity during the Skrull invasion to one of the funniest and goriest stories involving a fight with Bullseye. This run is a perfect example of the wacky and ultra-violent stories that sum up the character, while still showing that he does have a method behind his madness.
Plus, Daniel Way is sort of a beast.
Deadpool, Volume 3, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, by Brian Posehn and Gary Duggan. Deadpool, Captain America, and Wolverine are captured by a North Korean offshoot of the Weapon X program and must fight to save X-Men Deadpool clones from enslavement. This story delves into Deadpool's murky history and ranges from a hysterical parody of Marvel Comics from the 70s to a very real confrontation with Deadpool's own identity and why he comes across as such a joke. Posehn and Duggan set you up with the humor, but then really delve into the humanity of Wade and why he is the way he is. Deadpool has had a busy year, including getting married to a succubus from hell. And then, during the Marvel event Axis, where heroes and villains found their personalities reversed, he finds himself briefly turned zen and peaceful. The upcoming storyline, A Friend in Need, sees this pacifist Deadpool trying to protect a friend from the newly evil X-Men. This spring, 2015 though, he'll be back to his old ways in issue 41. It begins with a trip to the Middle East and ends with his death.
Can he even die?
I guess we'll find out. In the meantime, the final issue of Deadpool vs. Hawkeye just hit the stands and is perfect for your more classic take on the character. Now that you're familiar with Deadpool, be sure to subscribe so that you know when next Thursday comes around you won't miss the next episode of Meanwhile. And be sure to leave any story suggestions that you have in the comment section below. And meanwhile, here's all the times that Megan tried to kill me. Happy birthday, Meg! Ow! From about here. Megan, you should put the bow down. Meanwhile, it doesn't hurt so much here or here. It's right here.